Hoje vamos finalmente parar de enrolar e vamos continuar com a história do starrail, que eu gravei há milhares de anos atrás e finalmente estou voltando a postar. Mas só para deixar claro, gostaria de avisar que o meu áudio ele tá meio baixo em comparado com o do jogo, então se tiver meio esquisito, já tô logo avisando aqui agora, mas é só nesse vídeo. A partir daqui já vai melhorar e vai estar com um áudio que fica normalmente com os outros vídeos ou até mesmo com um Genshin Impact. Mas é isso, deixa um like, se inscreva no canal e vambora. Vamos continuar aqui a história, falar com a Himiko.
The express crew tread upon the trailblaze. We travel between worlds, like a thread weaved into the life stories of others. The universe is vast beyond our imagination. It's a miracle that our paths converge. The fact that we get to know and travel with each other can only be seen as the design of destiny. Thank you for becoming our companion.
Imagina.
I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have.
Tá, eu gostaria de falar sobre a batalha com a Cocolia.
Sure. Oftentimes, those who are involved in historic events don't have the opportunity to see things from a wider perspective. I hope as an onlooker, I may provide some help.
Tá, sobre o caminho da preservação.
Klapath the Preservation is known for their indifference. Unless you become a zealot like those with the corporation, it's hard to share in the Eon's power. Determined to preserve the world they loved, the architects held on for hundreds of years. But as the fragmentum continued to advance, their already wavering faith started to show some cracks.
É justo, né?
And one particular guardian, Cocolia, abandoned the path of preservation altogether. In contrast, you stood your ground and proved your faith in the Amber Lord. Judging by how the battle turned out, Klapath responded to your wish. Their gaze infused you with the power to wield the weapon of a supreme guardian and to take control of the Colossus.
Caraca, uma arma de guardiã suprema, que da hora. Eu queria te agradecer pelo seu apoio durante a batalha.
Don't mention it. Welt and I may have stayed on the Express this whole time, but we've been watching over you from the moment you set foot on Eurilo 6. Friends look after each other. The same goes for us Nameless. Please remember, no matter where you are in the universe, the Express will always be behind you.
Que bom. A fonte do poder da Cocolia.
Is a Stellaron. There's no doubt about that.
Disso eu sei, né, moça, mas explica, vai pouco mais a fundo.
What I've gathered so far suggests it's likely that the Supreme Guardian was corrupted by the Stellaron at a very young age. All the tragedies that came after can be traced to that point. On the flip side, we can't judge Cocolia too harshly. Imagine if it were you or me who had to sit on the throne and watch the city slowly being brought to its knees. Would we not question what we believed in?
Tá, vou falar sobre
Sure,
outra coisa.
ask away. We've got plenty of time.
Jarilo VI pode voltar ao que era antes do Stellaron?
Welt may be better equipped to answer that. But if you want my 2 cents, I'd say it's unlikely. I guess it's possible, but it would take a long time. I can tell from your report that the new Supreme Guardian of Belobog is a smart young lady with leadership qualities. What's more important is that she now understands her people after the journey with you. The firm and honest support she gets from people around her will also prove immensely useful. But fate likes to play tricks on people. Even if during their lifetime they manage to make Eurilo 6 prosper again to a certain degree, they will remain vulnerable and helpless to countless threats lurking in the recesses of the universe. We can only give them our best wishes from afar.
O que aconteceu com o Stellaron?
It's virtually impossible to destroy a Stellaron. No one, not even Herda, has found a way to break its structure. The best we can do at this stage is to prevent its energy from overflowing.
Então não é possível destruir esse negócio? Caramba. Overpower, hein?
When the Supreme Guardian was defeated, the Stellaron that had been transmitting energy to her exposed its weakness to us for a brief period of time, allowing Welt and I to contain its power. That's about all we can do about a Stellaron. It may be suppressed for now, but it's only a matter of time before it regains power. But this brief window should allow the people on this planet to heal and rebuild.
Obrigado pelas explicações.
You're most welcome. Have some rest. You've earned it.
Oi, moço.
So, your first trailblazing expedition has concluded. How do you feel? Be it joy or pain, success or regret, it's all part of the journey. Those feelings will accompany you as long as you tread on the trailblaze, and one day you'll grow used to them. It seems you have something on your mind. Let's hear it. I'd like to hear a fresh perspective myself. As talkative as Himiko is, we've pretty much run out of topics.
Tá, o fragmento e o congelamento vão desaparecer?
I'm afraid not. As I've mentioned before, the Stellaron's influence on Eurilo 6 is more profound than we might think. I don't think Belobog's fight against the lingering effects of the Stellaron will end anytime soon. But the balance of power is tilting ever so slightly towards humanity, the crucial factor being the hope you brought about. As intangible as it may sound, don't underestimate hope, because the power it inspires has no limit. Like the Stellaron, it's a seed that may grow into something much bigger. But, in my opinion, the fruit that hope bears will have a much bigger impact than that of the Stellaron.
Tá, eu falei sobre a sua opinião dos efeitos do Stellaron pra Bronya.
Is that so? Well, I think you did the right thing. It's better to move forward with the burden of knowledge than to tread a perilous road with blind optimism.
É melhor você ter uma noção da realidade do que você só ir reto e sem saber nada, sabe? Isso é muito triste.
I remember a distant world where the people were faced with unimaginable danger every single day. But they saved their planet time after time with wisdom and courage.
Eu nem cheguei a falar, mas a voz desse cara é muito boa, velho, de se ouvir. Parece o Zhongli, saca, do Genshin. Uma voz mó relaxante.
I hope Eurilo 6 sees that too.
Tá, essa missão teria sido muito mais fácil se você estivesse com a gente.
I too wish to go with you, but Himiko insisted on letting you and your friends rise to the challenge. I'd been observing what's happening on the ground from the Express, and I have to admit that I got sweaty palms a couple times. I was glad to see you three meet friends you could trust and overcome hardships. Well done. Himiko was calm from the very beginning. She kept telling me to trust you youngsters' decisions. And she was right. I really need to stop worrying so much.
Foi bom conversar com você, Sr. Yang.
Likewise. Get some sleep. We'll be heading off again soon.
Sai desse rádio, Pom-Pom.
Pom-Pom, we're back. Shh. Checking starrail stability. Pom-Pom needs to focus. Good to see you too. Spatial readout. Back to the normal bracket. Starrail stability keeps rising. 56%, 57%. The numbers have stabilized. Dispatch the Express. Oh, welcome back to the Express. You've accomplished your Trailblaze mission. The Express appreciates your help.
Imagina. Como é que tá o Expresso?
Thanks to you, the space fissure is healing up, and the star rail has become stable enough for us to dispatch the Express. As for the coaches, Pom-Pom's checked every nook and cranny and made sure everything's in good order.
Esqueci de trazer uma lembrancinha pra você.
Don't worry about it. Eurilo 6 probably doesn't have anything worth buying anyway. Plus, it's your first time on a Trailblaze mission, so Pom-Pom will let it slide this time. But don't forget, next time.
Vixe, tá bom. Pra onde a gente vai agora?
The destination will be announced at the navigation meeting. For now, get some rest and stay tuned.
Preciso pegar um suco pra março.
Oh, Pom-Pom almost forgot. There you go. Careful not to spill it. Thank you, conductor.
Quando a gente vai partir?
Right away.
Opa, bora.
To avoid encountering the anomalies again, the Express will dispatch shortly and head to a more stable area. For your safety, please don't leave your seat until the Express has reached cruising speed. Hello? Hello? It's about time we hit the road, passengers. Thanks to the 3 Trailblazers, the activity of the Fragmentum has reached the lowest level, and the readings regarding the status of the star rail have returned to normal. Pom-Pom will dispatch the Express shortly, and will be leaving Eurilo 6. Please be seated and say your goodbyes to this planet.
Oh. Que é isso? Tá.
Yanqing,
Yes, General.
watch this person carefully. Do you remember me?
I remember. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are not one of them, Jingyuan. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are one of them. Leave me alone!
Ih, que foi?
Hold on. I'll be there soon.
What did I tell you? He's definitely sleeping in. We trailblazers can go days without sleep. But when we do hit the hay, we have to make up for it. Anyway, no point wasting our time in the corridor. The conductor wants us to attend a warp navigation meeting. Same old location, apparently. And we can't be late. Let's head over. Oh, by the way, you drew the short straw. It's your turn to wash the coffee cups this week.
Oh, não. Fale com a Himiko de
Morning.
novo.
You're very punctual.
Bom dia. Ótimo dia.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I got such a polite response. The trailblazing of Eurilo 6 is drawn to a close, and the Astral Express must depart for the next planet.
E como que é o próximo planeta?
Not telling yet. We'll make an official announcement in the meeting, but I'm keeping you in suspense for now. The meeting will start soon.
É, vai ficar de suspensezinho. Pô, qual foi? Ah, aqui é a Márcia aqui atrás.
See, it's like I said. If you wake up and Don Hung's not around, then you probably won't see him the rest of the day either.
Dan é mesmo um cara misterioso.
Yeah. I heard he did something incredible once, and now some powerful force has his name on a wanted list. My guess is the Xianzhou Alliance, or the Garden of Recollection. In any case, it can't be the corporation. I've seen their wanted list. I bet it is the Garden of Recollection. Didn't it seem like Don Hung was super keen on talking to Herta? Everyone knows that Herta and the Garden of Recollection don't get along. They say the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Ah, eu não sei, né, moço?
You're looking well.
Sabe qual é o nosso próximo destino?
No, I know all right. But I can't tell you yet. Himiko wants to create a sense of mystery for you in March.
Vamos ficar de suspense, é isso.
Did you receive the destination overview? Excited?
Vai falar agora.
So you don't know yet. After all that cold and exhaustion on Eurilo 6, you must be looking forward to the next planet.
Esses resumos dos lugares ainda são úteis depois de tanto tempo.
There are some planets that haven't been affected by Stellarons.
Dá pra dizer que Pompom está tristinho só de olhar pra essas orelhas.
The Express moves at an incredible speed, but change is always faster. If you're ready, head over to the front of the train. The meeting is about to start.
Tá, vamos começar agora.
Passengers,
Não tem pra que
the
enrolar.
warp navigation meeting has officially begun. Firstly, Pom Pom wants to congratulate you, the Nameless, for successfully resolving the problems at this stop. The Express is now able to continue along the star rail. The 3 of us actually pulled it off, huh?
Uhum.
It's time for your conductor,
Trabalho em equipe.
that's me, to reveal the name of our next stop.
Diga.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew.
Olha só
It's
ela.
Kafka.
Olá, prostiranhas.
I came at a good time. You're all here. Every single one.
No need for the mysterious introduction, Stellaron Hunter.
Ih, rapaz.
Himiko, correct?
Do nada.
Apologies for interrupting your little get-together, but I'm sure once you've heard my request, you'll forgive me. I'd like you to make a destination alteration.
Meu nome é Ari e eu não tô nem aí.
I've seen your face before, Stellaron Hunter. Even if it was only on a corporation wanted poster. They were offering quite the bounty. Dead or alive. Do you know the figure?
Cara, eu não sei. A gente não sabe absolutamente nada sobre a personagem, mas eu adoro ela.
Doesn't concern me. Then again, a corporation bounty is a compliment, not an insult, don't you think? The higher the figure, the bigger the compliment.
Esse pensamento é algo que eu imagino o Luffy dizendo isso.
You wanted criminals sure know how to look on the bright side of things.
I will say, Herta certainly paid you all a compliment. A maniac that claims he can see destiny, leading a bunch of wild lunatics in pursuit of the most dangerous objects in the universe. And Herta doesn't give out compliments very often.
In pursuit of the most dangerous objects in the universe, huh? Well, in that sense, you astral expressors and I are cut from the same cloth.
You're in the wrong place, Kafka. We're not about to accept your request, and we're not about to get into bed with a Stellaron Hunter. It was nice talking with you. Perhaps next time you'll be willing to pay us a visit in person, and we can continue our little discussion.
Have you guys heard of the LOUFU?
The Xianzhou LOUFU? It belongs to the Hexafleet of the Xianzhou Alliance. We've heard.
But what you haven't heard is that it's currently very close to you. A couple of warp jumps away, in fact. Not to mention, 45 system hours ago, a Stellaron burst occurred on the LOUFU. An unexpected calamity, don't you think?
What exactly are you Stellaron Hunters trying to do? The Xianzhou Alliance aren't us. They won't give you time to explain. Once you draw the attention of the hunt, you become their prey. The Alliance will hunt you to the end of the universe.
Stop speaking in riddles, Kafka. Say what you have to say.
It's simple. That Stellaron has nothing to do with us, but the Xianzhou is convinced that we're responsible. My companion, Blade, has been taken away by the Cloud Knights. I want to bring him back, resolve this Stellaron crisis, and clear our names.
Nothing to do with you? Yeah, right. Sounds like a weird coincidence to me. You just happened to show up after the Stellaron burst? Also, we're not your friends. Why should we care if a Stellaron Hunter is innocent,
Bom, vamos fingir que eu não conheço ela, né? A gente ganha. Mas a gente ganha alguma coisa fazendo isso? Pensar nos lucros, né?
No!
Vou ajudar de graça.
Why are we listening to her? The Alliance is strong. Is a single Stellaron burst really too much for them to handle? We're the crew of the Astral Express, not some squad of Stellaron-stealing super specialists.
You could, of course, not get involved. Knowing that the Stellaron hasn't yet affected this region of space, you could make the jump and arrive at the next world. But sooner or later, the star rail here will be more blocked off than it was before. I can tell you what the future holds. If you don't go to the LOUFU, the Stellaron will eventually contaminate the entire ship, and over half of the inhabitants will perish. Oh, you brave and fearless trailblazers, you benevolent nameless. Can you really remain indifferent to that?
This companion of yours, Blade, he'd perish too, right?
No comment.
Não quer falar, não.
Here are the coordinates. It's up to you how to proceed. Our destinations may differ, but the orbits of the stars will eventually converge. See you later.
Até mais. Espero que cruze mesmo.
March, get Dan Hung.
Opa, deixa eu ver se eles vão falar alguma coisa,
What do
né?
you think about all this?
Eu acho que a gente devia ir lá.
Oh? And why is that?
Porque a gente... porque nós somos inomados?
I see you're already a full-fledged trailblazer.
De carteirinha.
We can't remain indifferent to those in crisis.
How could the mighty Xianzhou alliance be breached by a Stellaron?
O que você acha disso?
Something's not right. The Xianzhou alliance is a small faction, but one that derives its power directly from an Eon.
Caraca.
They have immense strength, much more than a train under the protection of the fallen Akivili. Stellarons can lead to the collapse of stars scattered throughout the universe, but the Xianzhou has Land the Hunt on their side. I struggle to believe that Stellarons pose a threat in the eyes of the Eons. Either the Stellaron hunters are lying, or there's an even bigger threat lurking on the Xianzhou LOUFU. This is big. I'm coming with you this time.
Opa, aí sim. Curti, curti. E aí, Pompom, invadiram um trem. O que você tem a dizer?
Kafka? Ugh, Pom-Pom doesn't like her. She smells of danger. Still, a trailblazer should choose their goal and the road they take to get there themselves. That's the creed of the great Akivili.
Ok. Vamos lá buscar o maluco que tá dormindo. Acorda, fi. Já é 7h20 da manhã, acorda.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
Ué, não posso estar aqui não?
I gave him the lowdown. Hey, remember what I said, okay? We're gonna vote against it. I'm not gonna take orders from that woman. It's way too much of a coincidence. A Stellaron hunter shows up at the site of a Stellaron burst that just happens to be occurring nearby? Oh, I'm so mad. She just hijacks our communications and then hangs up? So rude. You used to know her, right? Was she always like this?
Homem nunca deve revelar seu passado. Bom, ela costumava ser legal.
Oh, yeah? Huh. Maybe she really liked you. Oh, yeah. I just spoke to Don Hung. Here's the deal. We've all got to vote against.
Mas a palavra final da Himiko?
Trust me, she'll hold a democratic vote. One for you, one for me, one for Don Hung. 3 altogether. We never go anywhere without a consensus.
Seems like the longer I spend in my room, the stranger things are when I emerge.
A gente pode ir lá.
March told me. If it were one of the other ships, it might have been okay. But I can't go to the LOUFU.
E outras naves? Como assim?
The Alliance is made up of 6 ships. The LOUFU is only one of them. There are also the Yaoqing, the Fanghu, the Zhuming, the Shuling, and the Yuchue. I remember the Xianzhou was a sight to behold. Good luck.
Então são várias alianças, né? E a gente vai logo naquele não pode ir. Entendi.
Coincidência? Acho que não!
Ali o porta. Aquela
You
porta
okay,
ali
Don
engraçada.
Hung? March brought you up to speed, I assume.
I'm fine. And yes, I'm up to speed.
Good. In that case, with regard to the matter at hand, let's vote to decide our next move. Our Stellaron hunter claims that a Stellaron burst has occurred on the Xianzhou LOUFU, and that we're in the vicinity. If we head for the LOUFU, we may have the chance to save many innocent lives. However, it's also possible that our Stellaron hunter is lying and using us for her own ends. Neither Welt nor I believe that she's telling us the truth. But we can't just ignore the intel she's given us. So, we're about to hold a democratic vote on whether to set a course for the Xianzhou. All those in favor, hold out your hand. All those against, keep your arms by your side. 3, 2, 1...
Ah, sei lá, né? Vamos. Se é pra salvar, vamos lá, né? Se é pra salvar alguém, vamos
4
embora.
against 1. Well, it looks like the Astral Express crew has a majority vote to head for the Xianzhou.
Você não disse que eu vou votar contra?
I calmed down and thought about it a bit. If it turns out that woman isn't lying, then a lot of innocent people are gonna get hurt. Now's the time for thinking about other people.
Quanta ética de repente.
All right, all right. I think we're all used to March's modus operandi by now.
So, Don Hung, you want to stay here?
Yes. I'm staying this time.
In that case, Welt, Ready for a trailblazing expedition? I know you've been itching to get out there for a while now. But make sure you take good care of the two of them.
Don't worry.
Destination Xianzhou, here we come! The train is about to make the jump. 5,
Próximo salto, bora.
4, 3, 2,
1. Que bonito! Dá uma leve arrepiadazinha no corpo todo agora.
So that's a Xianzhou ship? It looks even bigger than Eurilo 6!
For the Xianzhou, these ships are their planets. Terrestrial environments are cradles that allow civilizations to survive and then develop. Some of those civilizations progress further, constructing spacefaring vessels, which allow them to voyage into the unknown. The Xianzhou Alliance is one such civilization. I've only glimpsed it a few times, but it's as magnificent as I remember.
You okay there? What's with all the lonely nostalgia vibes?
This is the Astral Express. I repeat, this is the Astral Express. We have arrived in Xianzhou territory. Requesting landing permission from ground control. From the bridge, I mean.
Welcome to LOUFU Skyport. Starscape. Please await transfer. Please wait transfer. Please wait transfer.
É uma voz de A ou é o sinal que tá esquisito? Será que travou?
Now you know how I feel when you copy me.
Ué.
Something's not right.
The signal is still repeating, but no one is guiding us into dock.
Maybe the Stellaron hunters were telling the truth. It seems like something really did happen to the Xianzhou. A vessel arrives at a deserted spaceport. Isn't that how, like, loads of horror movies start?
Calma, oxi. Tá com medo já?
Let's not let our imaginations get the better of us.
Please wait transfer. Please await transfer. Please wait transfer.
Still the automated signal?
Yes, it's still on repeat. Ah, there we go.
The Jade Gate now opening. On behalf of the Xianzhou LOUFU, welcome, guests from afar. Please proceed to dock in accordance with the guidance.
Beleza.
Huh? Is this still automated?
Isso ainda é
The
automatizado.
signal broke off. Seems that's all there is.
We should get going. Himiko, stay vigilant back here on the Express.
Relax. I've got Don Hung here with me.
Beleza, vambora.
Make sure you're properly prepared before you set off.
Vamos conversar com todo mundo aqui antes da gente sair, né?
This time
Rapidão.
you'll get the chance to witness Welt in action. I'm glad he's going with you.
Ele é habilidoso, ele é tão habilidoso assim?
He doesn't talk much about his past. If you ask him, he'll just tell you about how he worked in animation. But that's only a small part of his story. Believe me when I say he has more experience than I do.
Nossa, é bonitão mesmo, hein? Caraca, que bagulho enorme, velho. Nossa senhora.
You need to take extra care on this expedition. I've compiled some intel on the Xianzhou for you. I hope it comes in useful.
Aqui, ó, o Pompom e a Massa. Não tava achando eles.
All this universe, and we just happened to bump into a Xianzhou ship that Don Hung spent time on? Oh, that's gotta be fate. I wonder what Don Hung's stories await us. That guy sure has a mysterious past. We gotta take this opportunity on the LOUFU to dig into it.
Ah, vai vasculhar a vida do cara, ué? Deu um pouco de Deu um pouco de privacidade pro coitado, pô.
Fine, you're right. Well, in that case, we'll just have to take loads of selfies till he gets super jealous.
I wonder if she even remembers we've got a job to do down there.
E aí,
Safe
Pompom?
trip, you guys.
Você já visitou esse lugar antes?
Never. Don't worry about me. I'm just happy you're enjoying the journey.
Pom Pom still seems a little sad.
Coitado, eu quero te levar numa viagem.
Before we set off, I need to clarify the aim of this journey with you. The Stellaron hunters have given us a lot to consider. and a lot to doubt. But the most important part of this expedition is...
O Stellaron, né? É o que a gente faz.
Precisely. The Stellaron hunters clearly have ulterior motives. However, knowing what they're all about, and given the focus of Kafka's words, I have no doubt that the Xianzhou is dealing with a Stellaron. The Alliance and the Express haven't had any previous dealings, so our arrival might not receive the warmest welcome. But as trailblazers, we're not in this for fame or gain. We just need to do everything in our power to assist the Xianzhou and eliminate the source of disaster. Always keep that in mind, and don't forget the way of the Trailblaze. Explore, understand, establish, and connect.
Beleza.
Yeah!
Let's go.
Vambora.
Ah, vamos nessa!
Oh, look. It's just containers as far as the eye can see. This area isn't for receiving guests, it's for unloading cargo. Who decided to send us this way?
Estão sendo despachados.
Such a huge port and not a soul in sight. It gives me the creeps.
É, a essa altura eu acho que seria mais sinistro se a gente visse alguém.
Stop talking. If there is someone here, they're in my bad books already. Mr. Yang, what should we do?
We should start with the person who opened the Jade Gate. If it turns out they're not friendly, then at least they've already made things easier for us. If it turns out they were just doing their job, then we can ask them what happened here.
Beleza. E se essa pessoa não for amigável e a gente não conseguir derrotar ela?
That's Mr. Yang. This is child's play for him. He's dealt with all kinds of dangers before.
Let's move. Keep your wits about you.
Entre as Eu não sei ler isso, droga. Ih.
Mr. Yang, someone's hurt.
Up ahead.
Que foi, moço?
You're hurt, son. Try not to talk. March, use your six-phased ice to stop the bleeding. Go easy. We don't want to add frostbite to his list of complaints.
I'm on it.
This area saw fierce fighting only recently.
É o que parece.
Keep searching. There might be other survivors.
Up ahead. Please, leave me.
There are wounded everywhere.
The silver lining is that, based on what we can see, no civilians were caught up in the battle. I'm guessing the Xianzhou must have evacuated the port immediately, leaving the soldiers to deal with the crisis. But as for these corroded monsters...
Eu já vi essa...
You there? We need your help.
Eu já vi essa personagem acho que nos trailer.
Thanks for saving Beauty from the beast. Pleasure. But are you thanking us or giving yourself a compliment?
Ih, que isso? O bicho reviveu, mano. Ah, qual foi? Ah, mano, tu tá de sacanagem, velho. Os bichos revivem ainda, mano.
Miss Tingyun, the Mara struck have been repelled, but there could be other dangers nearby. The situation is serious. Allow us to escort you back to the Skyfaring Commission. Immediately.
Calm down, I heard you. It'd be rude of me to depart without thanking our benefactors. My name is Tingyun. I'm the ambassador for the LOUFU Skyfaring Commission Merchant Guild.
Ela tem cara mesmo de comerciante.
May I venture to know the illustrious names of my heroes?
Illustrious names? Sure. I'm March 7th. This is Mr. Yang. Oh, Mr. Welt Yang. And this is...
E eu sou eu. O Taco Galáctico.
I see. Well, thank you for coming to our
Ah, não, mano, eu não vi aquilo lá não, velho.
There is one thing I don't understand. Starskiff Haven is under lockdown. Since none of you are Xianzhou residents, may I ask how you came to be here? If you can't offer an explanation, I'm afraid these Cloud Knights will have to escort you out.
We called for port transfer and got no response, but then someone opened the Jade Gate for us. When we arrived, there was no one to be found, so we started to make our own way through.
How can that be? My ship was the last one into port before the Jade Gate was shut. The Skyfaring Commission has already locked down Starskiff Haven entirely.
We're telling the truth. You could verify it yourself by checking the access history of the Jade Gate. We found it strange ourselves when the gate opened, but no one came to greet us.
You're with the Astral Express.
Ah, conhece a gente? Sim, sim.
You've heard of us?
Indeed I have. Oh, you've arrived at a bad time. The Xianzhou has suffered an incident. Whether you're here for leisure, treatment, or trade, I'm afraid you won't be able to go through with it. For your safety, you should hurry to Central Starskiff Haven and take refuge. I'll take you to Madame Yukong of the Skyfaring Commission and let her decide how to proceed.
We caught wind of the incident you mentioned. That's why we're here, Miss Tingyun. To help the Xianzhou seal the Stellaron.
Your actions have already revealed your kind hearts to me. Sadly, I can't make you any promises. You're outsiders, and only Madame Yukong has the authority to consider your offer. Oh, don't worry. Madame Yukong is kind-hearted too. Come on now, I'll lead the way.
Eu olhando pra essa personagem de início, eu achei que ela parecia um pouco com Ai Ai Miko.
Those monsters back there.
They were no monsters.
Ah, não eram monstros?
Those were not to be confused with monsters, benefactors. We call them Mara-struck.
Maldição. Ué, pra mim são monstros, ué. Eu não entendi.
Eu não entendi esse final.
Why have we stopped?
Don't worry, miss. I have a favor to ask, that's all.
Favor? Count me out. What if we do it wrong and you get your cloud cronies to throw us in jail?
Levar a gente em cana.
I shouldn't have doubted you. Please accept my apologies. Our road ahead is barricaded. Do you see?
Bom, essa parte aqui é basicamente só exploração, então não tem nada de muito relevante, tirando o fato que eu lutei contra um chefe, fiz alguns obstáculos aqui e ali, mas não é nada muito importante, então deixa isso pra lá. Vamos continuar. Tá, chegamos na China. Let's go.
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, allow me to welcome you to Starskiff Haven. On the Xianzhou LOUFU, anything relating to aviation, navigation, and trade falls within the scope of the Skyfaring Commission, which is one of the 6 commissions of the LOUFU. As the biggest port on the ship, Starskiff Haven is governed by the Skyfaring Commission too.
Tá.
You definitely sound like a... what was it again? Oh, Amy Cassidy. By which I mean, nice speech.
Que nome é esse, velho? Eu nunca ouvi essa palavra na minha vida. Ah, acho que não existe. Deu errado aqui no Google.
Kind of you. My job involves ferrying business delegates to and from Starskiff Haven, so I do this kind of introduction all the time. Anyway, we're safe now. Normally, I'd be a good host and take you around, but these are difficult times. Let's head to the Palace of Astrum first and report your arrival to Madame Yukong.
Palace of Astrum?
Right there, the tallest building in the city. It's also the headquarters of the Skyfaring Commission. Let's hurry, we haven't got much time.
Por que a pressa?
I don't mean to rush you, but if Madame Yukong holds me accountable for not getting you over soon enough, I wouldn't want to be around for the consequences.
Sounds scary. I thought you said she was kind-hearted.
We need to make a few preparations before paying a visit to any of the 6 commissions. Rest assured, Miss Tingyun, we won't go anywhere. If you could inform Madame Yukong of our arrival first, we'll meet you at the palace entrance later.
Very well.
Little Miss Fox moves at quite the pace. I can't keep up with her. I've spent too long on the bench. Let's catch our breath for a while, huh? We can expect a packed schedule ahead.
Aquela moça ali é bem esperta.
That might be a little harsh, but she does put her own interests first. She did the right thing by not trusting us initially. We were an unknown quantity to her. As for the rush, my guess is she's just eager to get us out of her hair and further up the chain.
É justo. O Yukong parece uma pessoa difícil.
It'll be all right. We're not trying to stand in her way. We have nothing to hide from her.
We didn't have anything to hide in Belobog either.
Tá, vamos dar uma olhada na cidade.
Not so fast. I need to give you two a heads up first. Our meeting with Madame Yukong won't be without risk. We need to be prepared and take it seriously.
She is a top Xianzhou leader. Oh, Mr. Yang, do you think this could be Belobog all over again?
Você tá sugerindo que Yukong é a nova Madame Cocolia?
No, the Xianzhou Alliance is better than that. But Madame Yukong will definitely have a string of difficult questions for us. Why did we choose to come to the Xianzhou now? How did we know that the incident is related to a Stellaron? Who leaked their information to us? Careless answers mean distrust and potential hostility, which would make things much harder for us.
Huh, crud. One of us is gonna blurt something out, or get something wrong, I just know it.
Vamos planejar. Não é melhor a gente planejar o que quer falar?
But we haven't done anything wrong.
March is right. If we're too scripted, it'll sound like we're hiding something. Don't worry, we'll find a way through. Let me do the talking.
Opa, mensagem da moça raposa. Benfeitor, gostaria de perguntar uma coisa. Isso pode ser desrespeitoso, mas estou muito curiosa. O Expresso estará aqui realmente só para ajudar a resolver o problema do Stellaron? É tão difícil assim entender o motivo do Expresso estar aqui? Alguém não pode agir motivado pela bondade do coração? Bom, afinal de contas, pessoas que ajudam os outros sem pensar nos riscos ou na competição durante perigosas viagens pela galáxia são mais raras do que ar no vácuo. Quando os chefões do Xianzhou ouvirem seus motivos para vir, eles pensarão que você estava aqui ou para buscar imortalidade ou Stellaron. Os Stellarons são as sementes da ruína. Por que a gente ia vir querer esse troço? Mas nem todos da galáxia pensam desse jeito. Por ser uma semente dispersa por um Aeon, algumas pessoas desejam obter seu poder, independente dos custos. Me desculpe, eu posso ter passado no ponto. Eu não sei por que diz tudo isso. Eu confio plenamente na sua sinceridade, benfeitor, mas os poderosos mestres são obrigados a pensar mais do que uma peã como eu. Então tome cuidado. Ok. Oi, moça.
Oh, you're here already. Sorry to keep you waiting. Madame Yukong is expecting you.
Are you not coming?
I've brought the Madame Helmmaster up to speed. It's over to you now.
Yes, madam. Report the losses to General Jingyun and find someone from the Divination Commission. I can't just stand there watching while we deal with this mess.
Ok.
Greetings, guests from the Astral Express.
Nossa, tem gente bonita nessa cidade. Oi.
Tingyun has informed me of the purpose of your visit. Receiving guests isn't normally one of my responsibilities. But since you know about the Stellaron and have stated that you want to help the LOUFU, I thought I should at least meet you in person and politely decline your proposal.
Eita, mas já? Eu vou falar nada.
The Xianzhou Alliance knows what a Stellaron is and is more than capable of handling it ourselves. We have been around for over 8,000 years and weathered countless dangers and crises. While the situation is serious, we have more than enough resources to spare. Outsider help is not needed on this occasion. You are guests from afar. There is no reason for this matter to concern you. Am I making myself clear?
From what we've gathered, the influence of the Stellaron can still be contained. If we can locate it in time and contain it, it's possible that we can restore any space and any individuals affected by the corrosion. We have experience in preventing Stellaron disasters, and we've only come here to lend you that experience.
I've said this and I'll say it again. This is an internal affair of the Xianzhou Alliance, and there is no need for the Astral Express to get involved. I decided to arrange a meeting with you as a gesture of respect, but my decision is final.
But...
Never mind, Mr. Yang. If the Xianzhou Alliance say they can handle it, then we're wasting our breath. Let's go.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Huh?
Ué.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Que foi? Vai prender a gente agora também, para variar?
It's only been a few days since the presence of a Stellaron was detected on the LOUFU. Starskiff Haven has been under full lockdown. No one has been permitted to leave. How did you come to know of the incident? And what led you to conclude that it was linked to a Stellaron? I acquired the access history of Starskiff Haven. Not long ago, someone hacked into the system and opened the Jade Gate, before guiding you, the Astral Express, into our territory.
Já tá dando merda.
Não vai pra cadeia, otário!
The hacker was skillful and even taunted us with her seal. Her name is Silverwolf, a member of the Stellaron Hunters. What say you in your defense?
Bom, mandaram a gente aqui, né? Não tem muito o que fazer. Quer dizer, não tem muito o que falar além disso.
Forbidden from leaving the Skyfaring Commission until the aforementioned questions have been investigated.
Don't be too harsh, Yukong. If this gets out, the whole galaxy will think the Alliance has forgotten how to treat our guests.
General Jingyuan.
It's very unlikely that the Express has joined forces with the Stellaron Hunters. They are mortal enemies, after all. Apologies for interrupting your meeting. My name is Jingyuan. I'm the General of the Cloud Knights here on the LOUFU.
General, this is an internal affair for the LOUFU.
I fully agree with you, Helm Master Yukong. This is indeed an internal affair. I am sorry, guests of the Astral Express. It is true that there is a Stellaron on the LOUFU, but I'm afraid I cannot accept your kind offer to help resolve the issue. This is a Xianzhou matter, and it is our responsibility to handle it.
Okay.
Of course, it would be inappropriate of me to let you return without something to show for it. While I cannot accept your help with regard to the Stellaron, I do have a favor to ask. Please, after you. The Astral Express. I must confess that the train's reputation precedes it, such that it is often close to my thoughts. How delightful to come face to face with its passengers.
Tremendamente adorável.
It's an honor to meet you, General. May I ask what the favor you spoke of is? A matter that requires capable people such as yourselves. We captured a member of the Stellaron Hunters a few days ago, who goes by the name of Blade. During our investigation, the Divination Commission, the department in charge of intelligence processing, intercepted a transmission sent out by his accomplice, Kafka, who has managed to hide aboard the ship.
O Expresso, né?
I have some knowledge of your relationship with the Stellaron Hunters. The Divination Commission is convinced that you made an alliance with them. I say that's impossible. The crew of the Astral Express are honorable people whose valiant deeds are lauded across the universe. There must have been a misunderstanding. As such, I came to the conclusion that the communication must have been an attempt by the Stellaron Hunters to sow dissent between us.
Talvez eles tenham outros motivos.
We can handle the Stellaron, but it will take time and will require the bulk of the Cloud Knights on the ship. It is this Kafka that concerns me. The longer she stays on the ship, the bigger the threat she will pose.
Os cachorros aqui da rua do nada começaram a latir, eu tranquei tudo. Vamos ver se abafa agora o barulho.
Since the Stellaron Hunters lured you to our ship, we shall move with the current. You are hereby authorized to do as you deem fit on the LOUFU, with the goal of bringing Kafka out of the shadows and under our control.
Mano, como é que essa mulher ela se infiltra em qualquer lugar, mano? Que diabo de habilidade é essa, velho?
Doing so would clear the misunderstanding between us, reveal the true intentions of the Stellaron Hunters, and help us understand their connection to the Stellaron Burst. What say you, my astral guest? What do you think?
Ah, vamos ajudar, né? Beleza.
If you are able to capture this Stellaron Hunter, the Xianzhou will be indebted to you. The LOUFU never fails to reward that which is given. Okay. Wonderful. It's a deal then. I shall notify Yukong that all intel is to be shared with you, and that our best personnel are to aid you in your search. If there's anything the Skyfaring Commission or the Cloud Knights can do for you during your stay, don't hesitate to make it known.
Ok. A conversa acaba e o Elt faz um gesto discreto pra você. Você entende que é o momento da gente discutir o assunto. Ok.
I've heard of you. The Alliance is very interested in the Astral Express.
Ué, em mim? Tá, sobre a Kafka.
There are 5 known members of the Stellaron Hunters. Elio is their leader, but always stays behind the scenes. Most of the operations are led by Kafka.
Eu achei que a Kafka era a líder, ué.
Had the Divination Commission not intercepted her encrypted transmission, she would have remained undetected for much longer.
Sobre o Blade.
Blade is wanted by both the Corporation and the Alliance. I'm afraid I cannot comment on his file.
Tá, assim que capturamos a caçadora de Stellaron...
Bring her to us.
Kafka é bom encontrar as pessoas à sua volta, isso é verdade.
Ordinary means may prove futile when it comes to this individual. But the Divination Commission has...
Ih, vai torturar a mulher?
Don't misunderstand me.
Ah,
the
tá.
Xianzhou does not engage in torture. Retrieving intel does not necessarily involve the use of violence. In any case, you can deliver her directly to us. Once we learn something, I will share every piece of information with you.
Beleza. Não tem mais perguntas.
If things go as planned, I would love to find the time to sit with all of you and hear about your experiences among the stars. My responsibilities to the Xianzhou have meant that I haven't had the chance to travel in many years. We had heard nothing of the Express for a long time. It is heartening to learn of its continued journey along that starward track. I have other matters to attend to. Goodbye for now.
Seeing as the General gave the order, the Skyfaring Commission will lend you our full support. The Stellaron Hunter investigation is in your hands now. I'll issue you a pass so you can access the facilities around Starskiff Haven. As for personnel, the skyports are currently all under maintenance, so we're thinly stretched. What I can do is send Tingyun as your guide. She'll take care of you during your stay.
Beleza. E vamos ficar mais tempo com aquela mulher raposa.
I think we only scratched the surface of this General Jing Yuan.
Você estranhou alguma coisa? Você estranhou alguma coisa nele?
I don't know about strange, but my gut tells me something is off. That's it. A minor detail, but curious. He avoided talking about Blade.
Ele evitou falar sobre o Blade.
Since the Cloud Knights have already captured a Stellaron hunter, why not use him to get to Kafka? Why rely on us? The Xianzhou is reluctant to involve outsiders in the Stellaron disaster, so why is it so keen on letting us capture a Stellaron hunter?
Será que o Blade escapou?
Yes. The only sensible conclusion I can draw is that Blade had already escaped when Jing Yuan spoke to us, provided they even captured him in the first place. Therefore, given our connection to Kafka, we represent the only way of luring the Stellaron hunters in. That's why he asked for our help. He didn't want to let anyone else find out that Blade had already escaped.
É justo.
Now that we've figured that out, perhaps we can get closer to the core of what's happening here.
E amasso aqui, ó.
What do you make of this Jing Yuan?
Ele é bonito.
I'm not asking about that. Although, you're not wrong.
O cara é bonitão, isso não dá pra negar.
He's much easier to talk to than that Yukong. Their attitudes are so different. Maybe that's why she's only a helm master and he's a general.
O cara é muito bonito, velho. Isso aí não tem como não dizer.
Master Diviner.
Opa.
You heard our discussion. What do you make of it?
What do I make of it? The way of heaven is apparent, but the heart of humanity is often deceptive. Are you asking me to divine their true intentions?
That won't be necessary. The crew has nothing to do with the incident. Of that, I am almost certain. It isn't their intentions that trouble me. All I want is for them to lure out the one we're after.
Wasn't that my idea, General?
Indeed. Your counsel has always been a great help to me. You may use your discretion on the matters ahead of us.
Why don't you retire early and I use my discretion full time?
It is still too soon, unfortunately. If something goes wrong, you'll need a general to take the blame. How could I simply walk away and put you at such risk?
If you'd brought me that blade earlier, none of this would have been necessary. Wait, what are you up to exactly? Tingyun, did you let him escape on purpose?
O cara deixou o maluco fugir.
Me? I had no idea he might escape. Unlike you, my gaze never travels beyond the horizon. I take full responsibility. The Cloud Knights failed in their duty.
I can understand. There's a lot to take care of on the Xianzhou. You were bound to miss something. Thank goodness I'm here. On that note, perhaps it's about time you finally nominate me as your successor when the 6 charioteers next convene.
Yes. I have to go now. I'll leave this in your overwhelmingly capable hands, Fu Shen.
Tá.
There are 3 things in the world that I can't seem to rid myself of. The troubles of the Xianzhou, the papers on my desk, and the weeds in my garden.
General, Diviner Fu wants the General's position for herself. Everyone knows that.
She is very capable, but her intellect is burdened by a quick temper. I'll retire when she's achieved a better balance.
This Stellaron thing is easy. Blade escaped. Now we gotta go get him. Just say the word, and I'll solve this in a flash.
I can understand your impatience, and I know you want to prove yourself. Now is not the time. If you truly wish to become sword champion, you shouldn't be running around brandishing your sword at people, especially not a major criminal.
You think I'd lose to Blade?
Eu acho que sim.
I'm saying you need to have patience, Yanqing. Governing Xianzhou is different from a sword fight. The only way to build momentum is to work slowly. Besides, we still don't know who's really moving the chess pieces. There is something we must take care of before making our next move. As long as it remains unresolved, we're at a stalemate. That something is the Stellaron. How did it manage to bypass the Skyfaring Commission's inspections and the Divination Commission's predictions? Where is it now?
I say we bring those 2 Stellaron hunters before Diviner Fu. She'll get an answer out of them in no time.
I've asked our friends from the Express to take care of that for us. Worry not, you'll have your moment when the current stalemate is broken. You are my most trusted aide, and there are some things that I would only assign to you. Speaking of which, Yanqing... That boy.
Foi embora.
I suppose it is my fault. I should have given him an opportunity already. A sharp sword can't stay sheathed forever. My fear is that this might prove too big a setback.
Bom, esse vídeo vai ficando por aqui. E só pra relembrar, né? Foi só nesse vídeo que o meu áudio ficou meio zoado. A partir do próximo já vai voltar ao normal. E eu vou tentar postar com mais frequência, porque tem a história nova que saiu agora na 1.3. E também tem um evento lá do Beco. O evento do museu que eu também quero postar, mesmo que já passou muito tempo daquilo. Mas é isso, né? Deixa um like e se inscreva no canal para mais vídeos de starrail e outras coisas que eu trago por aqui. E é isso. Vou ficando por aqui e até a próxima.